Hello, 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 hello. Hello. Right, let me make sure that I am working. My big dog's gonna bark. Don't tell me somebody's home. Yeah, okay. All right. This is totally late. I was going to do this about 9 a.m. I was going to, and then I got hugely sidetracked at Menards. And when you are by yourself at Menards, the adult toy store, you get sidetracked, and then you develop other ideas in your head and you create more projects. And then you get put on a tool restriction list and a paint restriction, and you get put on lots of restrictions. So, okay, I'm going to do this probably for the next 45 minutes. I am on a tight schedule today, so I did not want to leave everybody hanging because I was supposed to be on at 9, but c'est la vie. Things have happened. So what you want to do is, let's just make sure this is live chat open. If you want to be read, just type your initials or hello or whatever you want down here. I can't see if you're watching. So like if you're watching right now, I don't know who you are. If you want to be read, then just put your hello thing in the chat box. But again, till about 11:45 Central Standard Time, I will be doing this. You know, and I often ask, what am I supposed to talk about? What am I supposed to share? And it's never really my decision. It's kind of other decisions. And I already have videos on suicide. I have videos on that on my YouTube channel that I have created. And let's think. The different planes, the different dimensions that are around us, I've talked about those as well. So if you have something you want me to explain or to explain, hi Anna, how are you? If you have something that you want me to talk about, then let me know and I will tell you what I've been told. Animals, children, how everything is connected. And there's so much to talk about. I mean, there's a lot to talk about. So, okay, so I will announce this on March 26th on beyondrealityradio.com. You can go on and you can stream the radio station, or they are also syndicated with different radio stations. Hi, Tiff. They are syndicated with different radio stations across the Midwest and the United States, I think. And you can listen to them. They are definitely late night. So I will be on from 12 to 2 a.m. Central Standard Time on March 26th. It is a call-in radio station. It's with Jason Haas. And, oh gosh, Jay Johnson. I just totally went blank. I did it last time too. And you can call in. They do awesome shows, not just on psychic stuff and spiritual things, but they do everything from like Bigfoot, aliens, controversies, conspiracies, science. They do lots of really cool shows that people come on who specialize in those areas. Okay, so again, March 26th. 12 to 2 a.m. All right, Central Standard Time. So now, just so everybody knows, some of you I read for on here quite a bit, and sometimes there's not a message that comes through for you, and I can't control that. I will get a vibe on everybody that's in here and see if there's anything that you're supposed to know, but sometimes it's things have to happen for you or come to fruition that are most important around you, but I'll just see what's happening around anybody. And then share this so we get more people on here. Don't be stingy. Don't be stingy. All right. let's try and see Anna real quick. Anna, banana. You know, of course I'm opening up to your son, but I'm also looking beyond that to see if there's anything else that you are supposed to be aware of. And the one thing that I'm hearing is it's dealing with financial or a financial aspect of things. And it looks like it almost looks like you're building a wall with a couple of, like with money, with dollar bills. And with little coins, and you're mortaring and then you're building the wall. So what this is saying to me is that there will come an opportunity for you, Anna, that you will be able to make an investment, which would be a foundation investment, something on a very low level. And with that, of course, comes risk of, okay, so they don't have a huge background or there is no real history of how well this company does. So is this a wise investment? And this shows that with this financial input that you actually do get a return. So this could be, and it's not something like a vehicle. A vehicle, you know, it depreciates. So it's nothing that is going to depreciate. It would be something, either the lending of money to a person or investing in a company of some kind, and you get a return on it from the way that you're building the wall, and you look very happy doing it. So if you have the opportunity for a financial increase, then you should probably take that. Okay, Tiff. And you know what? I don't see Hunter, just so we're clear on that. I don't see him. He may be the one that is, you know, providing the information. But I will tell you this. The one thing that I am hearing from him, the one thing is that your husband, and it must be brothers, are going somewhere. And he is saying, I would love to go too. So, I don't know, it looks like it's snowing or something. It looks like it's snowing everywhere, but he's talking about it having to do with snow or during this time period, like winter, and that they will be going and doing something and that he would love to go to. So he may just tag along on that. But it looks like your husband and two other guys. So it's like son or son-in-law, but it's your husband and two other individuals, and then Hunter would be hanging around. I don't know if it's like ice fishing or snowmobiling, but it's something to do with like a guy thing. See how I roll my eyes like that? Okay. So that is a message from him. Okay, and Tiff. Let's take a peek at Tiff. Let me wash away Anna. I really need to put something more like stronger in here that is not just cafe. Let's see here. Okay. Tiff. You're welcome, Anna. Tiff, this is so funny, but the first thing they show me, and this, I'm wondering if this is from when I read you last week, that you're still in the same position that you were. Crossing something. Okay, so how they're showing it is you crossing like a ravine or a watered area. So it's definitely that you're in the process of movement and change from one place to the next. And then the difference though, the one thing that, and this is a first, like I've never seen this before, so you are a first in 32 years. First of all, it all smells like caramel. Caramel is delicious. It's either caramel or caramel, or tomato. I don't know how people say it. It's different. Okay, but it's caramel. Smells delicious. And somebody has thrown you, I don't know who. I don't know if it's like heaven is throwing this to you or your angels, your guides. If there's a person, an earth angel, I can't see beyond a certain point. But you are being thrown this like little rope. Again, it looks like caramel. Looks like a cowtail, but longer. And, like those cowtails that are caramel with the little white filling, that's what it looks like. But it's longer. And you grab a hold of the end of it. Now imagine grabbing a hold of the cowtail. It's stretchy. It's insecure. It's not something that you're going to be able to go, oh, I'm good to go now if I just hang on to this thing. It actually represents that you're appearing to get help from some place or someone from where you are trying to transition. And it may not be a solid ground to be able to walk on. So for instance, it could be like a sibling or a fair-weathered friend, somebody who says, yeah, I'm there. If you need me, just call me. And when you try to call for the help that you need or whatever, they don't answer their phone and they're conveniently unavailable that day. That's kind of what they're showing. And so don't lose hope or faith as you're crossing this from comfort to risky area or unknown area. And if somebody throws you a line, consider who it's coming from first before you get your real hopes up that this is going to be a solid helping hand. Just know that, okay, maybe they're giving as much as they can. There's that proverb, or actually it's not a proverb, sorry, Aesop's fable, big difference. And I use this because it really ultimately helps us to identify the people we are hanging around. So there's this fox and this scorpion, and there's a huge flood. Hey, they're crossing a river. It's so appropriate to what they're showing you. See how smart they are? Like, I don't even come up with this stuff. It's like, I only realize it after the fact. Okay, so you've got the scorpion and the fox, and the scorpion says, we both need to get over there or we're going to drown. We have to get to the other side or we're going to drown. So appropriate. It just wigs me out. I love that. And the fox is like, well, I can swim it. The scorpion says, okay, well, let me get on your head. And the fox says, no, because if I let you on my head, you'll sting me and then we'll die. We'll drown. And the scorpion's like, why would I do that? Because you're right. If I sting you, we're going to drown. And I don't want to drown. I want to live. I want to get to the other side. So the fox is like, oh, okay, fine. All right, fine. So he lets the scorpion get on his head. And halfway across the flooded water, the scorpion stings him on the head. And he's like, why would you do that? Now we're both going to drown. And he says, because it's my nature. So you have to look at the people around you. You have to think, who is this individual to me? Like, what is their nature? So you have to consider who's throwing you the rope. And I know I went off on a bit of a tangent, but that's not my fault. They made me do it, okay? They made me explain this to you. So you go out. You just have to consider who's around you. Awesome. And you're still kind of in that same place, I think. I think that was you, because it looks way too familiar. It was either you or somebody else last week, but I remember seeing that. Okay, so that was for Tiff. And hello, Alicia. I have not talked to you in a very long time. Deborah Galligan. Why do I know that name? Oh, kitty. I know. Okay, so Deborah. Let's take a peek. Still there, still confused. Well, you know what? It's okay to be confused, and it's okay to like sit down on your path and to kind of think about where you're supposed to go and how you're supposed to do it. However, when you are in a place such as on these precarious rocks or crossing water, it's basically saying you need to figure it out soon. You have to make up your mind. You have to figure out what is best for you. Is this good for me? Is this good for me? Yes, it's good for me. Or no, this will not be good for me. Or yeah, it's great for me, but it's bad for them. Then you have to figure out how much are you willing to give up to make others comfortable? And are they willing to give up a little bit to make you comfortable? Because relationships require compromise, and regardless what it is. So that's really the case, is if you're confused, is figuring out, is this good for me? Am I going to grow from this? Is this a positive thing? This is Cotton. He just jumped up in my lap. Say hi, Cotton. My kitty kitty. It's my kitty puppy. He was raised by our shepherd, so he thinks he's a dog. Okay, that's funny. I don't know why. I was off in La La Land for a minute. I don't even know what I was doing, but I did laugh, didn't I? I'm trying to think of who I was talking to. Okay, so that's what you got to do, Tiff. So Deborah. Let's take a peek for Deborah. Deborah. Do you know how hard it is to read people with an animal in your lap who's talking? You can't talk while I'm doing this. You have to be quiet. Deborah, what they show for you, first off, is okay. All right, sorry, I'm reading the messages. Okay, so Deborah, the thing that they show for you is you're on solid ground. You are, solid ground is good. It means that you're grounded, that you are feeling safe and secure. And you are walking out of a little white picket fence from a garden. So you're in the garden, excuse me, and it's a big, beautiful, wild garden. It's like fairy gardenish. It's really cool. But you're walking out of the garden. You close the door behind you. Now, if I back up from this picture, the garden, gardens represent, let me go back. Let me step back. Gardens represent an ability to give of oneself, the ability to pull from energies, to give not materially, but of your energy, of your spirit, of your mind, of who you are, of your heart. And your garden is beautiful, wildly overgrown, and you've got all kinds of cool flowers and butterflies represent transition, and then you've got birds' nests. I mean, this is a massive, blessed garden, and usually they're not shown this way. So the first thing that I would love to be able to draw this, but I'm a horrible artist. And this is something that I should ask a friend of mine to draw. And if he's really who he says he is, then maybe he would draw this white picket fence with a wild garden on the inside. But it's basically, what it tells me is that you have an abundance of not only your own personal energy, Deborah, but also energy from above, from spirit, from the universe, from God, from who you worship. And that the tasks that are set out in front of you and the journey is very busy, and it requires a lot of energy that you probably alone would not be able to muster. So what it tells me is that you have high energy given to you from above. And again, the butterflies, they're just everywhere, and butterflies represent a transition, like that saying, the caterpillar, I don't know exactly how it goes, so don't, whatever. The caterpillar climbed the tree to die. The caterpillar climbed the tree and hung itself to die and woke up that next spring as a beautiful butterfly. And it just kind of talks about how the people, we become so depressed, so defeated, so alone, and we just think it's like the end of things. And then when we finally give up, when we remove our ego from things, And when we remove our personal drive for things, when we are on our knees going, I am so done, I give up, that is when we transform. And so the levels of butterflies that are around you, Deborah, not only signify your own experiences and your ability to help others, but also what others are going through and how they are drawn to you. So that would mean that you would attract people by your energy and your light that are in need and do not have the strength or the knowledge or maybe the wisdom, the discernment to be able to get through certain tasks. And so they're in your garden, meaning they're drawing off of your energy that you are guiding and helping and providing. So if you've been asking yourself, what's my purpose? Without even knowing it, maybe there's a lot of purpose. Then you also have bird nests. This is renewal and new beginnings and messengers. So trust your instincts, trust that little voice in the back of your head, your little Jiminy Cricket, so to speak, and listen to that because your guides seem to be really working at giving you information to help those people. And take care of that garden. It's so pretty. It's so cool. All right, so that was for you, Deb, that you have a lot going to happen, a lot happening, and I don't see it ending for a while. Good luck. Sometimes it's really fulfilling, though. Okay. So Alicia, I haven't read for you. So you went on break. So hopefully you're still here and you're still on break and I can get to you now. So Alicia, taking a peek. I see children around you, Alicia. I see focusing on children. I also see that you may be either taking a break from work or that you may be leaving a job, but I see you around children. Like all of a sudden there's like you're welcome, Deborah, that there's a large L-shaped thing that shows a major change in direction. So for you, Alicia, either it's happened already or that it will happen where you will be taking a break from work, changing jobs, and then in between that time period, you will be spending time with family, with children, with focusing more on that direction. And so it looks like it's a positive thing. It doesn't look like it looks like it's a by choice decision. That's not something that you, that just happens to you. So it's something that you would feel is within your control because you are making it happen. So that cat is so loud. It is so loud. So for you, Alicia, another thing they show me, it's like two trains coupling. They come together and couple. So picture a train. It carries a lot of cargo. It does a lot of work. And it looks like you will be taking what you have and the resources that you have from the back end and coupling to the front end, which is connected to the engine and everything else. And so a lot of tacit knowledge there, a lot of information that you can help and provide. And so breaking away from someplace where there's a ceiling above you or where you feel that you are unable to grow may be the catalyst that causes you to take a break and find something new. But it all looks very positive and it looks like it's beneficial to you both spiritually and what's a year? What is the year? What does that mean? A year? I know it just happened. Oh, to go on break to see you. Wait. Okay, that was the previous thing. Okay, so a year. What does the year mean? A year. Is it a year that you've been off of work or in a year you're going to do this? But there's this new, with that change of being around family, this new opportunity will come to you that allows you to kind of push through ceilings, be more creative, come up with new ideas, like run with ideas, run with projects and run with things. And so this is a positive for you. Good thing, positive thing. No, Annabelle, I do not have any puppies yet. I have a frigid female. Maybe when she's a little bit older, she'll be like, woohoo, party time. But my male, Lucian, is such a big baby that he doesn't even have any idea. He just thinks she just bought a new perfume and she smells great, but no puppies. Hopefully this fall, it'll be awesome. It'll be very hard to get rid of any puppies though. Okay, so let's see here. Who's next? Taryn. I haven't talked to you in a very long time either. Are you still there? And John, are you still there? Just let me know if you're both there. And then I'll probably read both of you guys, and then I will have to get going because then I will be disturbed. Plus I have other things to do. So yes, okay. All right, Taryn, let's see what's going on with you. So the first thing that I see is that you're out on a boat. You're in the water. Well, you're not in the water. You're on a boat in the water. Okay, both of you are there. I'm going to read both of you and then, okay, well, we'll see what happens. Read both of you and then I will probably have to go. But okay, so you're on the boat, on the water. You are, oh, okay, I haven't read you in a year. You are standing up and it looks like the boat has like a tall mast on it. And it's just a little boat. I mean, it's not a ship. It's not a sailing ship. It's just a little like fishing boat, but you have this tall wooden mast on it. And as you're standing there, you've got an energy with you that's like, you're here, the mast is here, and then there's an energy that's kind of floating to your right. I'm trying to see if it's like angelic or if it is, hi Diane, if it's angelic energy or if it's someone who's passed over. But they look like they're wearing like a hood and you look to know, like, it looks like you know that that energy is there. Like you're conversing with the energy saying, okay, what do I do? So first of all, what I want to get, there's two different things here for you. First of all, you're on the water. You're in heels, a skirt, and a top. So this is an inappropriate outfit for boating, and it shows that you are being held back. Somehow you have a perception or perspective that you're being held back by a situation or a person. And then when I look at this, I'm thinking, this looks more like a situation than a person. And the two can twizzle together, but this seems like more of a situation than a person. And so somehow you have to get the shoes off and you have to figure out, why do you feel that you are being held back? And then you have to figure out if you can remove that situation or change it to exactly what you need it to be. Sometimes we can't change the situation. And when I'm watching you, the conversation I'm listening to is almost like, it's like you're saying something to the effect, your face looks grimacing, like, I want to do this, but I don't know what to do. And I'm like, if I do that, then, so you're wrestling and weighing things out. It's interesting. It's really interesting because you are trying to hear your guides. Now, the thing about it is this energy that's there, it's not changing into like a human form. So this is more of a spirit energy. And it's whispering to you. And so the thing is that the whispering is more of an angelic thing. However, you seem to wrestle more with it when you hear it. And so let me ask you this. Taryn, do you have like light bulbs going out around your house recently? Are your animals acting up strange? Do you have anything odd happening around you physically? Please answer that question. I'm going to wait because I have a little bit of a lag. Hello, Diane and Nicole. I don't know if I'm going to get to both of you. I have to do John as well. And then I have to get off early today. I'm only doing 45-minute session, but I will post again when I'm going to be on. Okay, so you've got lights flickering. How about, let me ask you this then. Do you have, the reason I'm asking these questions is because this doesn't just look like a spiritual thing, dimensional thing. It looks like it may be a physical manifestation of something around you. Okay. It feels like you've got an energy around you that may be causing you to have difficulty sleeping, that may be acting as a guide, but causing you more distress and trying to figure things out. And so you have to, this is where it gets difficult because so basically we have our mind and our brain. Our brain wants us to do things that are pleasurable, that would include eating cookies on diets. It would be going out with friends when you're exhausted, like things that bring you physical pleasure and happiness. That's the brain. The mind tells you, no, don't eat the cookie. No, you have to work in the morning and you are tired. Don't go out. Oh, but it's going to be so much fun. No, you are going to be exhausted and you're going to be a biatch in the morning. No, but it's going to... So there is a wrestling between the brain, the human, the physical, and then the mind, which is spirit and all these things. And so what you have to figure out is, what are you wrestling with? What outcome is going to help benefit you? And why would you be hearing an argument back and forth about something when you are, it seems, trying to work with your mind on things, like a logical aspect of something compared to something that might bring more physical pleasure or earthly pleasure. You can base it also on like a physical feeling. If you say, okay, I'm going to do this, and you step in that direction, and all of a sudden you feel a stomach ache, or you feel just anxiety or stress, okay, wrong way. Do not go that way, because your guides will affect you physically and stress you out. But it just feels like you've got an energy around you that is not with the home. So it would be something that you've picked up somewhere that is like attached to you. Do you have a new antique in your house, or what do you have around you that this would be something new? Because I don't remember my readings for the most part, and it's been forever since I've read for you, Taryn, but I don't remember ever picking up any like physical energy around you. So you're going to have to help me clarify that. So hopefully this is going to help you a bit. And also the reason I ask about the flickering lights and stuff and lights going out is because those physical manifestations of things, they will draw on energy and they will cause light bulbs to burn out. And they'll pull on the filaments and you lose light bulbs in it. And if you've got something that really wants your attention, it'll go through the house one by one and you blow out 4 light bulbs in a week. And you're like, what the heck? And well, that's when that happens. Oh, I am burning sage, cleansing my house, telling everything to leave. So yeah. Okay. So John, let me just wash off here a second. All right. My computer just seized up. Can everybody hear me okay? Still? All right. Oh, my eyes. Okay. All right, there we go. I see it. Okay, so John, you are still here. Yeah, there's a bit of a lag. I know that, but all right. John, let's take a peek at John. John, you have some past life things that are happening right now that are affecting your life. They put you actually, well, they show me a life of who you were. And you are a white man. You look to be about in your 60s. Not right now. This is a previous thing. You are in like an undershirt, tank top, undershirt looking thing. Coveralls, blue jean overall. It is hot. It is sweltering hot. You appear to be on a field, like a farm, and you are plowing, but you are using one of those things that kind of, you push it in front of you, you wrap it around, like there's a strap you wrap around you, it's attached to a mule, you are plowing this field, and you are really worried about money. Like you are really, really worried about money. You also your wife has passed, and you also, it looks like, have several daughters to raise on your own. I'm looking at this thinking you were probably 60 at this point, probably early 1900s, 1910, 1920, rural area somewhere. So they're showing me this for you because it will have a bearing on your life now. And so it will help explain either a fear or a stress, an anxiety that you carry with you this time around. So you want to look at this picture that they've shown and said, okay, do you love farming? Do you love the outdoors? This looks like something that you were proud of. So I would assume that this would be something in this lifetime where you take a lot of pride in your work, your gardening or farming, growing things, the land. You're interested in that. You may even have an interest in old farming implements and tractors and so forth and so on. But it may just be an interest. It may not be an actual calling in this life. It may be something that you just are fond of. So there's that. But then there is also the whole idea of loss of wife and having to raise these daughters alone. And then the stress of raising them alone. And you're an old man, you're in your 60s at this point. And back then that was old. You were done for it. 60 back then, you were just whatever. And 2 young daughters, you're worried about your farm, keeping the money, giving, there's all of these stresses. So the point of this, why they're showing it, is to let you know that those fears and those worries are not of this life. Those are things that you would residually carry over, because they're not giving me like the end outcome of what happened, but the fact that you're carrying this through as a residual is a strong foundation of your soul as far as what is important to you, is taking care of the people around you, is making sure that financially they're secure, that people around you are taken care of. And you may not be the kind of guy who's like affectionate and emotional, like, oh, hugs and kisses and loves. You may not be that guy. You may be the one who says, okay, there's money in the account, there's food on the table, there's a roof over our house, we got everything, we're good. Okay, I love everybody. And that's how you present your caring and care and love for people. Whereas it may not just be a part of who you are, that you are physically affectionate or emotionally like throwing up on people. It's just, it's how you function and making sure that people are taken care of. And also back there's also this father issue for you then. And the fact that you didn't look very close to your father back then, your father, it looks like, may have had a drinking problem, and that you would have had a headbutting issue with him. So this time around, if that is a residual energy, again, this time around, you very well may have had a similar situation where he may not have been an alcoholic, but you may have had an issue growing up with getting any kind of attaboys or good jobs from your dad. It may have been just like a known idea that my dad loves me because he takes care of me, kind of a thing. And so that would also alter, it would affect you growing up. And although you may want to be different, it would be, you've got several different things working with you as far as like male figures go. So very cool though, that this one life is as basic as it would sound. There was a lot going on in that life. And it's funny, they say that, and it's like some people, you think of like a a person, let's say in Central America, South America, and they live in a village and their get around is a donkey and they farm everything. And that's where they are. That's where they spend their life. They grind corn, they make tortillas, whatever they're going to do is all in their little community. They don't think about getting on a plane and flying all over the world. Everything in their life is very basic. It's what they need. And that was your focus in that previous life, was what's in front of me and how I'm handling it now. So it's interesting. It's very interesting. Very cool. But I hope that gives you a little bit of insight to let you know upstairs is letting you know that you're good. You're doing what you're supposed to do. And it may also let you know too that people around you may be asking, how come you never hold my hand, or you're not affectionate? It's not who you were in the previous life. It's not who you are this time around, as far as what I'm seeing. It may not be your makeup to be all lovey-dovey, kissy-huggy. And that's not a bad thing. It's just, I guess, an explanation for you. So I thank you guys all for listening and hanging out. But I do have to get a couple of things done. So I'm not sure when I'm going to do this again. I think Thursday. Thursday, my schedule is full as well. So if you want to reach me anyway, you can always message me here, or you can get on my website, rebeccafoster.co, and you can email me and contact me there as well. Or at my Facebook page, which is, I'll type it here, www, you're welcome, Deborah.facebook.com. You're welcome, John, / God's Reader. So that's my Facebook page as well. You can reach me there. I also do live streams for that as well. So thank you all very much. You have an awesome Tuesday. It is Tuesday. It's hard to keep track sometimes. And I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks a lot for listening. Have a great day. Bye.